Yes, we are still in meditation. Meditation is an event of joy. Meditation is a event of eternal bliss. A meditator is like a canvas. There may be a lot of trees, mountains, water, sometimes storm, sometimes fire. Canvas is unaffected. A meditation and meditator are the same thing. Verse 38 we will discuss today. It's a very important sloka. The same kind of sloka we get in Bhagavad Gita also in 18th chapter. विविक्त देश आसीनो आसीनः विविक्त देश आसीनः विरागो विजितेन्द्रियः भावयेदेकमात्मानं तमनन्तम् अनन्यधिः विविक्त देश आसीनः विरागो विजितेन्द्रियः भावयेत् एकमात्मानं तमनन्तम् अनन्तधीः. विविक्त देश, literal meaning in a solitary place. Asinah, seated. Viragah, free from desires. Vijitendriyah, controlling the senses. Bhavayat, meditate upon. Ekam, one. Atmanam, the self. Tam, that. Anantam means infinite, boundless. Ananyadhihi, with unswerving attention, undisturbed attention. So, the literal meaning, direct meaning, I'm telling that sitting in a solitary place, freeing the mind from desires and controlling the senses, meditate upon the Atma, which is one without a second, with unswerving attention. So, what is the prose order for that? That means sadhakaha. It is for sadhaka, for the spiritual seeker. This sloka. Sadhakaha vivikta dese asinaha viragaha vijitendriyaha ananyadhihi san anantam tam atmanam ekam bhavayat. Once again I am repeating. Sadhakaha विविक्त देशे आसीनः विरागः विजितेन्द्रियः अनन्यधीः सन् अनन्तं तम आत्मानं एकं भावयेत्. Now, I will come in details. Now here tam atmanam. What is the atma? In Gita Bhashya, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji has quoted one Purana to define Atma. Yachapnoti yada datte yachati vishayaniha yachasya santato bhavaha tasmad atmeti giyate. As that person in the deep sleep, he attains Brahman, who is actually Paramanand, eternal bliss. That's why apnoti iti atma, prapti arthak, ap dhatu. Apnoti is ap varval root. What is the meaning? Prapti arthak. Prapti arthak. Okay. So the thing is, adatte iti atma, grahanarthak. Adatte is ang purvak da dhatu. Okay. So, adatte and atti, bhojanarthak ad dhatu. From ad dhatu, odanam. Odanam means rice. So, atti means yat chapnoti. The word was there. So, apnoti is coming from ap dhatu, prapti arthak. Then yadadatte, yat adatte. Adatte means grahanarthak ang purvak da dhatu. Mean yat chati, yat cha atti iti atma. Bhojanarthak ad dhatu. And what is the intrinsic nature or swarupa of atma? Santata, paricheda rahita. There is no any sorts of limitations, beyond limitation. That is why atati, atati means always, satata, and sarvatra, everywhere. So, ekam bhavait, it is there in the Purana. And there, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, no, Bhagavan Sri Krishna itself in 7th chapter, 19th sloka, 1-9, Bhagavan is telling Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudevi, Vasudev is Brahman. Vasudev is Atma. Vasudev is all elements, Sare Padartha. Except Vasudeva, there is nothing. So, literal meaning or direct meaning of Vasudeva is Vasudevasya apatta, the son of or the child of Vasudeva. But the implied meaning of Vasudeva means all pervading. Vasudevaha Sarvamiti. So, yesterday we were discussing about something else in details, little. So, what is that? Bharati Vidya Vikshepan. So, what is the problem in meditation? So, meditation can be divided into three parts. Prior to Shravanam of Mahavakya, prior to Vedanta Mahavakya Shravana, prior to listening to the great statement of Vedanta, this meditation will be on Saguna Brahma, the Brahman, eternal Brahman, what we are discussing since many slokas, that Brahman is formless, shapeless, nameless, actionless, unattached. That the same Brahman, we have to think and we have to do something else, Saguna, with attributes, with name, with forms. That is why puja. That is why Shivaratri, Durga Puja, Janmashtami, Krishna Puja. So all those puja is required. Prior to Vedanta Mahavakya Sravanam, this meditation will be on Saguna Brahma, which popularly known as Upasana. And that is the first stage meditation. God with attributes. Brahman with attributes. Means the meditation on Lord Shiva, Lord Rama, that is pre great statement listening meditation. Before listening to Mahavakya, because we are not ready to understand the Mahavakya. The second stage of meditation is when I am doing Sravanam, but my quality is not adequate, not enough. That knowledge, that is why the knowledge is not taking place. So I can't get properly what my Acharya has told. So for that reason, you have to sit in a calm posture and think. The pointer for your own intrinsic nature, pointer for Brahman, Acharya has told. Nishkriya, Nirguna, Niranjanam, Nirakaram, all those pointers, and dwell on that and think that this is me. This process will assist me in better Vedanta Sravanam. This meditation during Sravanam period, not Acharya is telling and I am doing meditation. This is during Sravanam means you have to do Sravanam for a longer period of time, and that time how you will prepare yourself, that is also meditation. And what will be the subject of meditation, how the process, the pointers my Acharya has told, on that pointer we have to dwell. And for that, what will happen? My Shama, my Dama will be practiced. Means sadhana chatushtaya will be developed. Concentration will be improved. And quality of Sravanam, quality of listening will be improved. And then only slowly, knowledge will be dear to me, near to me. My doubts will go slowly and I will understand thoroughly what Guru Vedanta Vakya, the words of my Guru, and the words of Vedanta. And without any doubt, then Shraddha will be arise. What is the definition of Shraddha? Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha Shraddha. Undoubtedly faith on the words of Guru and Vedanta is called Shraddha. And then third stage is Viparita Bhavana, opposite thinking. Non-conducive thought process comes. How you can become a Brahman? You are a body. How that Jagat is real, you can touch it, you can smell it, you enjoy the ice cream, Baskin Robbins. I have seen. And you are telling it is mithya, mithya, mithya. If I understand anything else clearly, there is no value of Viparita Bhavana. Don't think that for a long time meditators, life or mind, Viparit Bhavana doesn't come. Man ki dharma hai. This is the nature of mind to create opponent, opposite bhavana, non-conducive thought. But what is the difference between that person and the person who started meditation newly? The experienced meditators who is established in the words of Guru and Vedanta, he or she has no value for this Viparita Bhavana, opponent thought. What is the problem? What is actual Viparit Bhavana? You know, the student of Vedanta, after listening some lectures, he or she thinks, I have understood everything else. That I am not the body, I am not the mind, because it's like a parrot. तोता जैसे हो जाता है. मैं शरीर नहीं, मन नहीं, बुद्धि नहीं, मैं आत्मा हूं. Yet there is enough ahankara, ego, anger, pride, jealousy, hatred, doubts, anxiety, depression. Most of the time they try to suppress it, not sublimate it, they try to suppress it. And who suppress it? His ahankara, that I know everything, I am not like that. But when the time comes, Vedantic knowledge gets evaporated like camphor. And all those things comes. Anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, depression, doubts, anxiety, everything. Where was the ego? What was the ego? It was the ego of knowledge. I know, I can understand. Oh, no need to tell me. I know. I have to change myself. I have to change my attitude. No need to change others. Everyone is okay except me. मैं सम कोन कुटिल खल कामी जिन तन दियो तेने बिसराई. Who is the more wicked person than me? Who has given me all this birth and everything else, and I have forgotten him alone? मैं सम कोन कुटिल काम. I have to change myself. I have to change my converting others with my mental thought process is a crime. Change yourself. Change your attitude. The whole world will be beautiful to you. We want to change the world and we become miserable at the end of the day. That is the thing. We have to change ourselves. दृष्टि को बदलो, सृष्टि बदल जाएगा. You change your vision, the creation will be beautiful to you. But we try to change the creation, and what happens, you know very well. So the thing is, so meditation, 3 types, you understood now? Actually, your Vedanta, your intellect is sharp. That is why you have chosen Vedanta. Only the sharp intellect people choose Vedanta in their life. But what is the problem? The problem is our mind. My mind is not cooperative. That is why meditation is required, as my mind can cooperate. So, Sravanam will be of 3 kinds. Pre-Vedanta Sravanam, during Sravanam, and after Sravanam. That is why I have to develop love for Vedanta. If anything happens, first my target is Vedanta. I will not attend the class. I will not do anything else. What is Vedanta, what my Guru says. If Guru scolds anything else, severe. And if that Guru is your father or husband or partner or wife or son or daughter or mother, appa, finished. Because we create emotional attachment during Sravanam also. I have no special value for that subject. And result is big zero, big bang like. My first effect comes in Vedanta. I will not attend his class. You have to create love for Vedanta. You have to understand the Vedanta tells about you. Your actual medicine is Vedanta. The problem is we need liberation, we need world too. हम लोग जगत भी चाहते हैं, मोक्ष भी चाहते हैं. We need karma, we need jnanam. We need both. That's why we are having so much problem. Some people are there who have, before Sravanam, they only meditated on Tatpada Vachyartha, means that idol, statue, God. It's helpful. Because bhakti, devotion is Tatpada Pradhana. And yoga is Twampada Pradhana. Then comes Vedanta. Prior samskara and sadhana helps to understand Vedanta nicely. Who did a lot of Vedic rituals, like in Veda, the ritualistic people, they, um, in Gita Bhashi will come, they want to become God after death. And what is their concept? That I am not the body, I am the Jiva. So at least Jiva concept comes, that I am not the body. And after, you know, if I do a lot of Vedic rituals, I can upgrade my status after death. I can be the resident of the heaven, and the Jivahood will get Devahood, Godhood. But there is a benefit also, because at least he thinks that I am a Jiva. And from Jiva concept, I am Brahman, transforming is easy. But we are from kindergarten school to jumping the university directly. Pre-college we did not do. So from bodyhood, I am Divakar, to direct jumping to I am Brahman. That is our main problem. So that is why we need longer period of study, longer period of meditation, because our starting point is different. Just think, at the time of Acharya Shankar, thousands years back, how much people could study? Because there was no electricity. What was Indian people's lifestyle? You just remember. What was Indian? That evening means just sunset, bhajan, kirtan. Before that, eating dinner. Then bhajan, kirtan, little bit satsang, sleep. Getting up early in the morning. Whole day they will use. But night time, there is no study. Even in that time also, how much they have studied and how much they have written. You have no idea about the works of Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji. And we have so much comfort. We have electricity. We have, there is no limit of our comfort right now. Previously, the place of taking bath was different, little far. Everywhere is far place. And the sannyasi, the monks, they had to go for bhiksha also. After that also, they have written so many things. And what we have to do, we have to just study. How much sattva guni they were. How did they did everything else? Through hard work and love for Shastra, scripture, Shraddha towards Guru and scripture. Anything is possible. Anything is possible through hard work, love for Shastra, Shraddha towards Guru and scripture. Anything is possible. Then only the right knowledge comes. And through light of the knowledge, avidya is removed. Okay. Now, in this sloka, what we get, that Vivikta Desha, for meditation, you have to take out time exclusively. You have to take out time. You have to manage the time. You have to sit down. Vivikta Desha Asina. It is not only a solitary place. This same concept is there in Bhagavad Gita and some Upanishad also. Here, Viraga is what is there in this sloka, you just see. It's total dispassion, means Vijitendriya. The sadhan chatushtaya is well practiced. So here viraga means vairagya, samadhama, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, samadhan, mumukshatvam, everything. And indriya means sense organs and mind. Now the another word is ananya dhihi, means his intellect doesn't go here and there. He is ananya cheta. His intellect is single pointed, means not a single attraction create interest in him. If this sort of things comes, Vedanta is very, very easy. Vedanta is very easy. Otherwise, our mind should be, means it is supposed to be in Brahman, but remain in different place. Sarvabhuteshu, sarveshu bhuteshu brahma buddhi utpanna te jivan mukti, muktaha. This is called ananya dhihi. In all being who have that sort of thought process, vision that they are Brahman alone, that person who is having that sort of intellect and mind is called ananya dhihi. Then he can think that ekam atmanam antatam bhavay, that I am the infinite self. Ekam means sajatiya, vijatiya, swagata, bheda rahita. Ananta means desha kala, atmanam anantam bhavay. Ekam atmanam anantam bhavay. Anantam means desha kala vastu aparichinna, not limited by the time, space, object, causation. So, I am that consciousness. So, at first, that Saguna Dhyana, Saguna Brahma Dhyana, the Brahman with attributes means Upasana, puja, worship of God, is very, very important. That will give you Sattva Guna, because Bhagavan is Sattva Swarupa. From inside, I will become Shanta, calm. Who is really interested in moksha, my only interest will be liberation, moksha. And whose interest is only in moksha, for them, Vedanta is very easy. Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha Bhajago Vindam Bhajago. I should not have any interest in any worldly matter. Because I know the 6 effects of all the APAT. You just go to the first class of concepts of Vedanta, first or second class. Association with pain, association with time, like that, like that. But they are happy always. If you tell a realized soul, hey, let's move to Darjeeling for enjoying sunrise, he will go. Oh, let's move. But he knows what is what. So we have to see the Jagat in the light of Acharya's thought process. Acharya ji say, what my Guru says. In that light, we have to understand, not in my light, my thinking process. We have to be aligned with Guru's thinking. So this verse explains the path of meditation which takes you face to face with the reality. Sitting in a lonely place with no disturbances around you, no agitations of the mind or any wild roamings of the intellect, leaving behind all mental emotions and intellectual thoughts, which generally make the corner you sit noisy with your thundering desires and roaring expectations, and with the sense organs or indriyas now brought perfectly under your own control. Identify with the self indicated in other verses. Nishkriya, Nirguna, Nirahankara, Niranjana as your own nature. This is meditation. Meditate without any other thought in your mind, in that quiet and sequestered atmosphere. Meditate upon that infinite Atma which is one without a second. Be bold to assert the holy idea in that lonely intellectual field, which transcends the concept of time, that you are that very same supreme being which is all pervading, pure and eternal. This self transformation is known as bhavana. It's very difficult to find an appropriate word in English for the Sanskrit terminology bhavana. It is not a mere intellectual appreciation, nor is it a mere emotional wooing, and yet it is both. When both the function of the intellect, thinking, and the function of the mind, feeling, are harmoniously woven together, we get the heart, and its function is the bhavana, the ardent coatings of the mind and the intellect end in their marriage at the altar of heart, and the joy of this nuptial is bhavana. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.